So let's see how our internet user are expected to grow. Over the last few years, we have grown our internet penetration by about 10%, right? So from 46 crore users, we have reached 73 crore users. And over the next decade, we are expecting this number to go to 122 crore people. Okay. So almost 122 crore people out of 150 crore individuals by then would be having access to the internet. So based on this, now we expect that the food delivery users in India should conservatively grow at a CAGR of 16%. For the last uh, 6 years, they have grown at about 41% CAGR. So, FY20 was a dip purely because of the COVID crisis pandemic. But, we are expecting numbers to continuously keep doubling over the next couple of years. So from 5, we expect it to go to 10 and, by 25 and then reach 20 in 2030. So over the next 10 years, we should see a fourfold increase in food delivery users in India. That is a very good growth for this thing. And if you want to understand why we are expecting this growth to come by, one is, as I told you, that we will have almost 68 crore people will have access to the internet. You know, active internet users are 50% of total internet users. Online service users are about 30 crores, right? Online buyers are 16 crores, and online food delivery currently is 5 or 7% of internet users. So, this data, current data, is very, very attractive for future growth, right? Uh, so, just to surmise these multiple growth drivers, one is the rising disposable income, young population with median age of 28 years, improving digital infrastructure, increasing smartphone users, and rapid urbanization, right? Now, if you compare the food tech business with the other internet led businesses, so, we have multiple clusters. You have e-com out here, then you have the courses segment, you have the medicine, gaming, online grocery, and uh, food technology, right? So in food tech, now there are practically only two players, Zomato and Swiggy, and that's a very, very enviable duopoly that you have. Okay, uh, though they may be commanding some of the highest valuations currently, right? But just understand that they will be sharing the market between them. The competition is going to be very, very healthy, and along with this, now when you tie in the growth rate, see, we are just penetrating the market. So once that full blown impact comes in, now we will see the companies grow by leaps and bounds. And given that factor, now we believe that Zomato is a very, very good, unique internet play to own in this burgeoning decade for digital products, right? So what are the advantages? Market is already consolidated, as we spoke, with only two players there. We don't expect Zomato to, sorry, we don't expect Amazon, although, Amazon is trying to enter the space. Historically, they had a very poor experience with last mile. So we don't expect them to be much of a competitive element out here. And the other couple of dot pay and thrive networks, which are the direct disrupting networks, uh, we believe that they will coexist, and you need a lot of variety of elements to be put in play. And here we believe Zomato and Swiggy will score over them. Now, 525 network cities in India is a very, very strong existing network, and this one is only expected to grow further. Post listing, the company will have about 15,000 crores of cash, and this will not only be used as a war chest for acquisitions, but also for sustaining the growth of the company over the next decade. So, if they have to burn money to sustain the digital advances of other players, they have adequate cash balance for that. It's a huge war chest, right? And if you see, Zomato has, apart from food delivery, right, across 1,61,000 restaurants, serving with a median delivery time of less than 30 minutes. They also provide dine out services, where restaurant partners over 3,50,000 and growing are, paying a nominal fee to Zomato so that, people can discover them. Zomato has close to 1.4 million pro members, right? And they also provide B2B services to the Zomato vendors, that is the restaurants. It's a farm to fork supply model where Zomato sources fresh and hygienic quality ingredients from farmers and mills and supplies them to over 6,000 restaurant partners. So, on one app, a restaurant owner has to only, punch whatever he wants and it gets delivered to him. So that's a very, very enviable model that they have. They not only, so they have three sources of income currently. One is they not only get takeout fees from restaurants. Two, they earn from, providing logistics supports to the restaurant partners. And they take three from consumers, whatever they pay riders, they take a piece of the action from there. So, what are the key drivers of the revenue in food service markets? We expect that the take rates to remain stable at 20 to 23% due to the duopoly and decline in competitive intensity. Then the number of orders are all set to grow due to the improving food penetration and food habits. See, food delivery and ordering on the app is actually a function of addiction and convenience. So we believe that once a few times you use the app, your usage tends to go up and you become accustomed to ordering on the net. Then what we expect average food inflation in urban as well as rural India to be around 4 to 5%. So we can at least expect a 5% growth in AOV annually when taking into account this inflation. So this is there. We've always seen inflation blow up, and over the next couple of years, we are expecting a very strong inflationary environment globally. Okay, India is without exception, and hence we are projecting that the average order value or AOV will rise by a decent amount over the coming few years. Okay, so currently where it is, a little north of 390. We expect that in this current year it will come down to 370, as the number of people who are ordering, as people go back to their normal lifestyle. So we expect that this number will come down a bit before start to picking up again. So if you notice, in 1 year, it shot up very sharply. So it went down in 20, came back up furiously in 21, and we expect that this trend will continue to grow over the next few years, right? So just let us see how do these take rates, that is their earnings from the restaurant chain grow. So, if you see the take rates of international players like Delivery Hero, Swiggy, Grubhub, Just Eat, and Meituan and DoorDash, which are the global players, we are very much sustainable and in line with this. And generally, we have always seen that in India, there is a proclivity to charge on the higher side. Okay. Let's compare the global delivery players on different metrics also. So India has, Zomato has about 32 million users average. Swiggy has 29. So we are on the low, although we are on the lower side, but we are still penetrating and we have a long way to go. Our average monthly transaction users are about 7 million. Swiggy is around 6. And if you compare the other global players, they're way above us. Okay. Number of active restaurants, we have got some of the lowest in the world. So we have a very good catch up to play there. Number of delivery partners is also slightly on the lower side. And, we expect this to really catch up. And number of cities that we are present, 526. Versus if you take USA and Grubhub, okay, which is 6,000 and 4,000. And there's one aspect of the Indian markets, we are food lovers. We are absolute food lovers. We love to eat out. And if Zomato can get your papdi chaat and all these local cuisine players in the hinterland of India also onto the map, then I think we will grow from not only number of users, but also from the fact that we'll be expanding our network to a lot of cities, right? And the third most important thing is that the number of food options will also increase substantially for us. So these are the estimated takes rates that we had just spoken about of global players. And if you think of the order value, average order value, we are at only about $4 USD, right? Revenue per order is 1.3. Delivery cost is $1, right? Which is only in line with China and Philippines, but far lower than the developed world. And we have a huge target population, right? And estimated user base is about 60 million currently, and target penetration is about 30%. So we are looking at fairly reasonable numbers that we are taking into account. And look at the unit economics. They're fairly comparable. See, if you understand that the commissions and custom delivery charges are what the company earns, and the delivery costs, discounts, other variable costs, and this is a net contribution that the company earns. So you'll notice that in 21 they were net positive, while people are skeptical about this contribution number being a one-off. We believe that it is likely to sustain. However, what we have done is, since we are dropping the average order value in FY21, we still expect this to be marginally positive, and then it goes on to gain more and stay in the positive. Okay, so we are expecting this company to remain contribution positive over the next few years. Okay, which is a very encouraging sign for startup online digital businesses which are growing at exponential rates. And there you can see Zomato's gross order value performance with the industry gross order value performance. They're far better than the industry. And finally, we come to looking at the numbers on how we see the revenue numbers stack up. So we expect that the gross order value, the gross value of the order bookings that are placed with them to grow at 50% over the next 5 years. So, from about 10,000 crores, it clocked in FY21, 9,500 crores actually. We expect this number to grow handsomely to about 48,375 crores, right? And number of orders are expected to grow in line at 47.3%. The monthly transacting users is expected to grow at 49%, leading to a food service revenue growth of about 60% to about 11,000 crores. This is supported by other revenue growth of about 1,600 crores, yielding a net revenue to the company of about 12,700 crores, which is about 59% higher compared to the little under 2,000 that we are getting. So that's a 6x growth over the next 4 years. And total contribution, as we have told you, is expected to come up nicely out here. And we expect the company to be EBITDA positive from the year FY25. Other factors to denote is that they are taking a stake in Grofers, right? So they'll be making a payment of about 750 crores from their IPO money that they collect. And this can set up the stage for growth into adjacent markets like your groceries and other stuff. It will open up a new avenues of growth for the future. So if you compare with global markets, you will see that we have tried to see how do they compare on a valuation perspective. So it has got the highest compounded growth rate in terms of revenue CAGR. And against the revenue CAGR, we think that on an FY24 EV to sales, it is valued at about 5 times. So while it may optically appear like a very expensive company, but from on today's valuations, but considering the fantastic growth rate that we have, it is aggressively priced. Okay, but compared to DoorDash, we are far cheaper. And you have to keep one thing in mind that Indian, we are at a very nascent stage with a very very big market. So when you take this kind of market potential that we have still to access, whereas other players have already built up a sizable presence, you know uh, Zomato does deserve a premium valuation. So given these facts, we are saying a subscribe to this issue. The issue is opening on 14th of July, that is tomorrow. Issue is for 9,375 crores, right? And of this, the price band is 72.6, and your bid lot size is around 195 shares. Okay, so that's all from my side in terms of the presentation, and uh, we are open to questions. Yeah. So one of the questions that Suraj is asking, what will be the chance of getting the IPO? So you know what? I think that it's the second largest issue in India after SBI cards. So there's a fair chance of getting the issue for yourself. And how much we can expect listing gain? So I think it's difficult to say, right? But you can always follow the gray market to understand what is the gray market premium. And once the issue starts listing, now we will get to know the kind of response that we are getting. So definitely we expect the IPO to be subscribed. We are very very positive with a lot of anchor investors will be filling in their entire subscription. And there are a lot of players who would want to, investors who would want to have access to an exposure to a unique company like Zomato. So we are definitely expecting good listing gains coming out here. And more than the listing gains, just look at the potential that we have portrayed of this stock. You don't get these kind of stories very often, right? So we are quite positive on this IPO, and you can look to invest in this company from the long term perspective also. Yeah, I am seeing two participants have raised their hands. Uh, yes, Kirit, you may ask your question. Hello. Hello.
Vineet, if all the participants can add the questions in the Q&A box, it would be easier for us to handle.
Yeah. Actually, why don't you add your question in the Q&A box, please? Yeah. So one of the questions Amol is asking is, Swiggy is better placed. Do we expect an IPO? Swiggy ka IPO will also come eventually. It is definitely on the cards and will be coming up soon. Then another question that we are being asked is, for how much time should we invest for getting long-term value? Ankit, I think you should stay invested in this issue for at least 4 to 5 years. Yeah. And when you will get you will start noticing how much potential there is in this stock, right? Vishal is asking, can we expect any change addition in their food business model in future apart from home delivery of food? So I believe that, you know, uh, they've got into groceries. They're also adding B2B services for restaurants. So there will be a lot of additions that are going to come in, definitely. So you'll have new revenue streams also coming in. Or see, they have to service one client, pura data unke paas available hai, right? They have to only add new features and make it available to other verticals also, right? Ravi Kumar, I think this IPO will be different because, as I told you, there is a very large size. Is there any specific criteria to get allotment? No, all you need is a demat account, and you need to you can talk to our IPO team, and they will help you with that. So what about the risk factors for this IPO? Good question, Narayan. So the risk factor is that they grow less than expected. Second is that the average order value comes lower than what we expect. And in case the pandemic keeps playing out, then growth rates could get hampered a bit. Additionally, when they enter new segments, there is a possibility that uh, there is a possibility that they would burn a lot of more money. So these are some of the risk factors that we need to keep into mind. And so GS, this question of how allotment is done in case of oversubscription, I think you will get your 195 shares only will be allotted to you. We should apply full lot size, and if allotted, then we can sell that day only. So you can sell in the market once you get the delivery in your account. Otherwise, you are exposing yourself to risk. Akshay. Okay. Gautam is saying this IPO is used for long-term investment. Yes, definitely we are recommending it for the long term. Vidata Bhide is saying in January, Zomato raised at a significant discount to the current valuation. Do you expect Zomato to do another round of funding raising in the foreseeable future? Vidata, after this IPO, they'll have 15,000 crores of cash. Now assuming that they even use 5,000 crores to raise for acquisition, they will still have 10,000 crores remaining. And given that, I don't expect any further thing to happen. Galaxy A70 is saying, I came to know that Info Edge is holding 18% of Zomato. Yeah, they were one of the co-promoters of this company, right? How does the company reduce their losses? So, the simple thing is that the base is set, costs are fixed, right? So they will lower discounts as the food delivery business grows. So when they reduce discounts, they will reduce their losses automatically. And with the 50% expected growth rate that we are getting, and take rates can go up in the future. So if the take rates go up, discounts come down, so, and costs are fixed. So automatically, rapidly, losses could be consumed. What should be the list price or premium that can be on the first day? Vikram, that's a difficult question to answer, but you can always look at the gray market premium, and you can figure that. Akshay is saying how time invested for 1 year to double the stock. So I think if you stay invested for 3-4 years, there is a very good chance that your money will double. If I'm not allotted Zomato, will it help me if I buy some shares of Info Edge? So now what will happen is they're strictly not going to be too related, because Info Edge has got far many other businesses. So you might not get the complete benefit of buying Info Edge as a proxy to Zomato. Do these text, Pratik Salunke is asking, do these tech startups demand this massive valuation? Demanding next 10 to 15 year valuation today is right without having assets in their balance sheet. So Pratik, these are platform companies, and platform companies assets in the new age are different. So in the new age, the assets are having connect with client consumers, having the technology to reach out to them. You cannot build such a big network. 525 cities having 1,60,000 delivery restaurant, nearly 6 lakh delivery partners. ये आसान है क्या सेटअप करने को, इसको मैनेज करने का, having the software being up and running? It's a technology business. They have invested so many years into it, and that is the invisible, the assets that they have. Why are they getting listed only on BSE? I have no idea, Anand. It's there. I will request them and see. I'm sure they would be getting listed on the NSE also.
It's getting listed in both the exchanges, I guess.
Yeah. Bharat is asking, internet users went up from 46 crores in 16 to 17,321. Why so long to reach 122 till 2030 as per your graphs? So we have, Bharat Bhai, we have been very conservative in our estimates. Okay. So if the internet users goes up faster than this, then the growth will also happen faster, right? So we always believe in forecasting based on very conservative numbers, right? Since the third wave is on the edge, will it impact their business again? Subhash Varki, that is a good question, but the third wave has not yet come, right? And we don't know, and we are also very aggressively, we are vaccinating our population, right? And I think we are more than well prepared for third wave. Second wave में तकलीफ तो हुआ था, and कौन सा business escape कर सकता है सुभाष भाई if the third wave comes? Obviously anyone will get impacted ना. So Ramaswamy, I know it is aggressively priced, as I said, but beyond the pandemic, lockdown and lifting, in next Q2 or Q3, will the price sustain? So we believe that it is a very, very good IPO to subscribe to. It is very difficult, Ramaswamy, to tell whether how the price will move in the next 2 quarters. But I want to ask one thing, since you are the head of commodities, do you really expect all prices? Can you predict how the price will perform in the second or the third quarter? So it is just like any other stock, right? Whether it will sustain in the second or third quarter is very difficult to say. But definitely it's a very promising IPO and a very promising business. Zubair Hassan is asking how to calculate grey market premium. Well, Zubair, it's a function of demand supply, just how the stock market pricing is done. It will all be based on demand and supply. Aman is asking what share price can be expected on the listing day. Aman, I think you should track the grey market premium, as I said earlier, and on the basis of that, you will get to know what is the premium that can be expected on the listing day, right? Sadashiv, they don't have any debt. It's a company which is growing on the base of equity subscription contribution only. So Amolji, the COVID crisis can prolong, right? But they have 10,000 crores of 15,000 crores of cash balance, right? So definitely that they can sustain this year. Will Swiggy? So other question, Amazon will also start food delivery soon. So Anil Kumar, as I addressed you in the call earlier, that we do not expect Amazon to be a great player. Globally they have not really made last mile great success of the last mile. So it's difficult. Shahrukh is asking, you do a great job on the Zoom call. Why do you not do these often and inform us to help us educate and make us more financially literate? Yes, Shahrukh, uh, we will do this definitely.
There's a question on the chat box again, which
Yeah,
says,
can you point it out to me?
should we apply for the minimum lot?
Yes, definitely you should apply for the minimum lot.
Yeah, and also key, it would not, if an IPO is getting oversubscribed, it would make no sense to apply for multiple lots, because at the end, your the basket that they would put your application would be on the minimum lot basket only.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I think I've addressed most of the questions. So Sujay Day is saying discounts are not bad as long as you use it the right way. It is pretty core to our business. Investors under that. No one is a hurry to see uh, profits. So do you think this last sentence is negative for Zomato? Not really, यार सुजय. वो तो डिस्काउंटिंग करते ही रहेंगे. सी यू नो व्हाट, वो जितना डिस्काउंट देते हैं ना, whenever there is a co-promotion, half of it is spent by the co-promoting partner, like for example maybe a credit card company, and half is paid by the company, and they're already getting a lot of revenue from you know, so their discount is quite lower than what you expect them to get. But yes, it's a fast growing business. They want to expand aggressively, and that is why the discounts will be there. However, as the business gets listed, na, see, when does a company come to the market? When they believe that their revenue potential is in place, you know, things are steady growth. They're expecting that their business model will blossom from now on, right? So that is a time when businesses come to the market, and we believe that, you know, if this is true, then better times are headed for the future, and one should not be that you know, sensitive to discounts. Discounts is a part of the function. वो तो चलता ही रहता है. Yeah,
So Vinny, if we can sum it up,
yeah,
uh, just to give an this IPO would open tomorrow. This would be open for 3 days.
yeah,
The price band is 72 to 76, and 195 is one lot of the shares that they can apply or they should apply for.
yeah,
Again, I am reinstating, we would, since the IPO is expected to get oversubscribed, one should apply for minimum lot only.
correct.
Also, from our side, a client, a non-client actually, can also apply for the IPO.
Yeah,
So, if your friends or family, irrespective of whether they have an account with Ventura or not, can apply for IPO from our webpage. Only thing that they would need is a UPI ID and a valid DP account anywhere with any of the brokers is fine with us.
right. So, friends, thank you for joining us on this short but very promising IPO that is coming, that is of Zomato. Do invest in this IPO, and if you have any issues, you can always get in touch uh, with our Ventura team, and they will help you go ahead with the IPO. Thank you so much.
Thank you.